The Epic of Gilgamesh is the oldest written narrative. From 2100 BC, this Sumerian tablet remains as the oldest known story, but we know humans have written stories before that. Göbekli Tepe is an even older site from before 10,000 BCE in Turkey that many speculate to be the oldest known established temple. For millennia, people have sought meaning and explanations for the world around them, and nothing is so closely attached to this concept as folk heroes. Gilgamesh, the Sumerian king, goes on epic adventures fighting demons and seeking legendary herbs of immortality alongside his faithful companion, Enkidu. Thousands of years later, tales emerge of a lumberjack so tall as to stand with his head among the clouds alongside his big blue ox, whose legendary feats shape how early European Americans saw their landscape. Folk heroes have been a part of our life and identities for as long as we've been able to spread culture. Join me in Heroes of the Folks, a podcast that takes a close look at those heroes and examines what their stories mean, the cultures that created them, how they've changed through the eras, and what it says about our world today. We'll examine figures like Johnny Appleseed, Gilgamesh, Robin Hood, and plenty of other characters who may or may not have existed. How does Gilgamesh's story influence the Bible and therefore our modern world? What does Johnny Appleseed say about manifest destiny and American imperialism? What does Robin Hood say about class structure in the early, middle, and late medieval periods? How has it changed? What does that say about us now? These figures are liquid. They change form to exist in different cultural containers as we move forward in time to fit the cultural desires. And that can tell you a lot about not just history, but the human condition as a whole. What's the story of Thor cross-dressing in Norse mythology mean? How do the legends of Anansi, the shapeshifter, inform us about Ghana and the Ivory Coast? And how was the legend transformed on southern plantations during the enslavement of Africans? What's important is not just the figures themselves, but the world that they formed in and how they formed it. If you're looking for a history podcast that looks at things through a cultural lens from the lower class perspectives, then The Heroes of the Folks is a podcast made for you. Join me for an examination of what makes us tick, and at the very least, a good story.